Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 713 Houston Sportcast. I'm with JW Football Talk Cody, and I'm with my co-host of the 713 Houston Sportcast, Kenneth the Messenger. Welcome to the debate desk, where we, two different sides go at it, and you, the fans, choose who is the winner in the comments. The topic of today is should the Texans at 40 draft Johnathan Taylor, running back out of Wisconsin, or Grant Delpit, safety out of LSU? I'm going to give each man their piece to talk, and then after that, they're just going to debate and go at it. So, Kenneth, open an argument. Why do you think the Houston Texans should draft Johnathan Taylor?
Okay. First off, hope everybody doing good. But anyways, I want Jonathan Taylor at 40, but then again, I feel like if Terrell Lewis is there, I'll take him over Jonathan Taylor. Reason being because we really need an effective outside DN slash outside linebacker, like somebody to replace Jadeveon Clowney. Maybe, Terrell could be that monster. He's 6'5", real big, fast, explosive. So, you know what I'm saying? We can use that production at the outside linebacker or slash DN. But the reason I'll take Jonathan Taylor over Delpit is the reason because Jonathan Taylor is a beast. We all know that, right? Jonathan Taylor is a monster. Stats is crazy. 3 years in college. Probably had one of the most craziest stats out of all running backs to come out of the NFL, come out of college to go to the NFL. And yeah, so as we know, Jonathan Taylor, he had 926 attempts. It's a lot of carries. Had a lot of carries. He had over 6,000 yards in his 3-year career. And these are all his stats in his career. And yes, he may have had fumble issues, which people talk about. He had 15 out of 3 years. So, that may be something to worry about a little bit. But at the end of the day, I feel like he's explosive. He's fast. He's quick. He's exciting to watch. So that's why I feel like I'll pick him over Delpit. And plus, we can use some help at the running back position. You want to be deep. Another thing, just what I'm saying, depth is always good at the running back position because you don't want to just run one or two people like constantly. And for one, we all know that Duke, he's a nice running downhill running back, but we all know David Johnson, that's what he do. But why not have a third option, to come in to also be productive and get some give help, what help can be do. So yeah, that's how
So,
I feel about that.
I'm sorry, Cody, why do you want Grant Delpit?
Well, first I'll give my rebuttal to that. Why I don't think you should draft a running back no matter who it is at 40, especially in this draft. Running backs are not hard to find. It's the easiest position to fill. It's just a waste of a premium pick considering the fact that we just traded for two in the last year. We just traded for two in the last year and we want to use a premium top 50 pick on another running back. It doesn't make any sense. But to go into Delpit is a legit single high free safety. There is not many of those in the league that have that range that to be able to do that. There are some legit safeties. Jamal Adams is a great safety. He's not a legit single high safety. Could he do it if you ask him? Absolutely. That's not what you want to put that guy, though. He's going to be better in the box. Grant Delpit would help this team immensely in the secondary if you can get him to be the single high and you can let Justin Reed come up, play the box, what he's best at. I understand he can play a little bit of free safety, but he can come up in the box and it makes the defense, it just gives the defense a whole bunch more to work with. Grant Delpit, great ball skills, great range, can read the quarterback. Go watch Vox Lombardi's YouTube breakdown, all 22 YouTube breakdown. He reads the quarterback like it's hard to say I've seen another prospect at safety read the quarterback like he does in the deep end of the field. He rushes the quarterback. I know he had his tackling issues, but they literally blitzed him all the time at LSU. Are they going to blitz a guy if he can't tackle? What's the point of wasting that blitzer if he can't tackle? He had 122 tackles in his 3 year at LSU. That's a lot for a safety. Yes, I understand he needs to work on his issues, but I will take a ball hawking safety with a little bit of a tackling issue all day. A legit free single high free safety is 10 times more valuable than drafting a running back in the 40th position.
Kenneth, your response to that?
All right. So for one, let's be real. Drafting a safety over a running back. When our defense, we're loaded at the secondary. That's not our issue. Hasn't been our issue. We re-signed Roby. We re-signed Hargraves. We got Gibson. Oh, Gibson trash. Oh, Gibson trash. Gibson ain't nobody. Can I bring some facts for you? Okay. And by the way, I did my research. For one, played 14 games, 37 total tackles. It's not magical, whatever. He mainly was in coverage, locking tight ends up. And I got facts right here. I'm going to name 5 tight ends, and I'm going to name the stats when we played them. And I'm going to name these stats during the season. So we got Travis Kelce. Had a monster season. 97 receptions, 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's good. That's a good tight end season. What are you doing against us during the regular season? I'm not talking about in the playoffs, because guess what? Gibson didn't play in the playoffs. So, okay, when Gibson did play against Travis Kelce, 4 receptions, 58 yards, 0 touchdowns. 1. Wow, that's amazing. Jared Cook, 2 receptions, 37. Hold on. 2 receptions, 37 yards, 0 touchdowns. Hooper from the Atlanta Falcons, 6 receptions, 56 yards, 0 touchdowns. That sounds like he did nothing. D. Waller from the Raiders, 2 receptions, 11 yards. 11 yards. Olsen, 2 receptions, 5 yards. Wow. Ebron, he went stupid the first game because Gibson didn't play. He had 1 tackle, he ended up getting hurt. He had 4 receptions, 70 yards, 1 TD. He went off on Lundy Johnson. What did he do against us when Gibson played? Oh, let me tell you. 4 receptions, 44 yards. Wow, that's wonderful, right?
Bro,
that's
stop.
0
Okay,
touchdown.
you can give me the stats
0
all
touchdown.
day.
But
you can give me the stats all day.
Listen though. You
give me
said
the
Gibson
stats all
is
day.
trash.
Hey,
You said
I'm
Gibson
not
was
saying he's
trash.
trash, bro.
You did.
I never said he's trash. I said they're looking for a replacement. That's not trash, bro.
Why? Okay,
I want him on the
would
team
you
to guard tight ends. What do you mean? What do you mean? He can be a third safety, which 3 safety sets are huge in the NFL today. 3 safety sets. He's because he can guard tight ends, you're going to keep him. You're going to pass on a talent like Delpit just
he's
so you
a free
keep
safety.
Gibson. He's not a single high safety, Kenneth.
But he's a free safety.
It doesn't matter. You can't.
It does matter. He's a free safety.
How many single high safeties are in the NFL, right? Tell me how many single high safeties are in the NFL.
The point is, you want him to replace Gibson. Why would you want him to replace Gibson? And if Gibson is he's productive, he locks down tight ends.
He's 30 years old and got hurt, and he was gone when we needed him. What do you mean?
At the end of the season,
he was gone. He wasn't there.
So okay, hold on. So you gonna knock him down for missing that 1 playoff, 2 playoff games?
I'm not drafting
him
just for injury.
Listen. You're gonna knock him on injury, but when we speak about running backs, was one of the positions that mainly they get hurt. And that's
Exactly.
Why not get Delpit running back? But you want to get
That's
Delpit
not
safety.
the argument I'm making, Kenneth. That's
What's
not
the
the argument I'm
argument?
making. You don't conduct a draft based on injuries. That's not what I'm saying. You draft Delpit because he's better than Gibson. He's better than Gibson.
Said Gibson was out in the playoffs. You just blamed him for being
Is that
out.
not a fact?
But what did he do when he was on the field?
He guarded tight ends. Great. That's what I
What
want
did
him
he
to
do?
That's what I want him to do, Kenneth. I still want him on the team.
If you draft, you want to draft Delpit, right? And what do you want him to do? You want him to replace Gibson. That means Gibson is going to be
the free
on the
safety
bench.
needs to
It's
do
not
more than
mainly
cover
that
the
you
tight
have
ends,
3
Kenneth.
safeties on the field at one time. You don't do that majority of the time.
Dude,
you don't.
Brack did that 40% of the time last year. It's not majority.
With who?
What do you mean with who? Jaleel Guy was on the field all the time.
Barely. Come on, bro. Let's be real.
Dude, barely my ass, Kenneth. Barely my ass. He was on the field all the time.
Let's be honest. Jaleel Guy is a hybrid type player, so you actually can leave him on the field because he could be a linebacker and he could be a safety.
And he's a vet. But who was holding tight ends?
I want Gibson on the
Okay, but listen though, and then another thing.
You're giving me one thing he's good at. You're giving me one thing he's good at, dude.
What you mean? He can tackle. He get interceptions. What do you mean? He got a pick 6 last year. You talking about ball skills?
Dude,
let's not act like
Grant Delpit led the whole
NCAA
in interceptions 2 years ago.
He is talking about the NFL. Gibson is a ball.
We can talk about the NFL. You're talking about stats from college for the running backs. So what difference does it fucking make?
What you mean? What you mean when I'm talking about running back? Hold on. Running back wise, Gibson coming out. I mean, not Gibson. Running back wise, Johnathan Taylor. His stats is stupid. Better
That's not
than
what
most
I'm
of the
saying.
legit running
But
backs in the
I bring up
league.
a stat
But we
and it's
talking about
stupid. You're talking
Delpit.
about NFL.
Delpit stats ain't nothing
You're
major. Ain't
contradicting
nothing.
yourself.
Was he
You're
even
contradicting
in?
yourself.
How am I contradicting myself? You
I
talking
didn't
about stats
say
now?
his stats were stupid. You said it's the NFL. I'm just saying he
Yeah,
led
it's
the
a
league in the
difference.
NCAA.
He's proven.
You're
He's
bringing up stats
proven.
for running.
What's the most easiest position to come in and do when you're a rookie? A running back, not safety. So why would you draft a safety if you need vets on your
That's the
team?
stupidest way to look at it. You're
How?
looking at it just for this
How?
year. You're looking
How?
at the draft just for this year. You're going to draft a guy
What-
just because he can produce
what-
more this year? That's not a way
We're
to
trying to
conduct
win
the
now.
draft, dude.
We're trying to win now, though, right?
I mean, we're trying to win in the future, too, are we not?
billobrien trying to win now, though. What did he say? He don't care for vets.
And he also said he's
I
going to
mean, he
look
don't
at
care
safety.
for
You're
rookies.
telling me he's going to pass on Delpit after 3 people in the organization said they're going to look at safety? You think they're going to pass now? Dude, he just traded for David Johnson.
You know
He
how many
just traded for
safeties?
Duke Johnson. You're paying David Johnson the 4th highest running back money in the league. But you're telling me you're not going to use him because you're going to draft a rookie? That's ludicrous.
Who said you're not going to use David Johnson? I said depth. I said have depth. Why wouldn't you get?
Why can't you get depth in the 5th with AJ Dillon? Why can't you get depth in the 4th with Zach Moss?
I want somebody that's legit. I want somebody that's going to produce.
Legit running backs come out every year. They literally come out every year. Why is this? Why do you have to draft one this year?
Name them.
Okay, last year, Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders. The year before that, Saquon Barkley, Nick Chubb. The year before that, Christian McCaffrey, Leonard Fournette, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Kareem Hunt. The year before that Zeke, Derrick Henry. The year before that, the year before that, Todd Gurley and Melvin Gordon. Hey, where are those guys now? They're not even on the team that drafted them 5 years ago, dude.
Okay, those two only. P-game. You just named a whole bunch of players that was top 10 last year. Guess what? Also, all these players you just named, they're so productive and it's easy to always find. Most of them was first round picks.
That's what I'm saying. Why can't you?
So how are they easy to find if they first round picks? They go in the first round.
That they're coming out every year. Can't throw a dime a dozen? They're literally coming out every year. There'll be a running back next year you like. There'll be a running back the year after.
Safeties come out every year too.
Who?
Tell me who.
Tell me who.
Bro,
single
really?
high free safeties. Tell me who. There's 3
I got
single high free safeties.
I got to name single high, or can I just say
or
safety?
free safeties, not box safeties, free safeties.
Bro, for one, Tyrann Matthew. That's a free safety, right?
No, he's a strong safety. He plays best in the box and in the slot. What do you mean?
Tyrann don't play in the back, don't play out in the field. Tyrann do it all.
I mean, he does it all, but he's best in the box. And he was how long ago was he drafted?
Look, for one, here's another thing. Here's another thing. For one, you try to make it seem like you only worrying about single high safeties.
That's not what.
When has that been? That is.
Yeah,
it is hard to find a legit single high safety.
You want just to read to be in the box. Why do you need 2 safeties in the box if you're gonna have nickel cornerbacks like Hargraves?
Why would I have 2 safeties?
Why would you have 2 safeties in the box if you're gonna have a nickel cornerback like Hargraves? You just re-signed him for a reason.
There's 3 cornerback sets and there's 3 safety sets. You're not gonna have all of them on the field on each play.
I guarantee you, Hargraves is going to play more downs than 2 safeties coming in the box.
I never said 2 safeties were going to come in the box and 3 safety sets.
But you said you want Gibson doing what?
Covering tight ends. That doesn't mean he has to do it from the box.
But he's going to be covering. He's going to be close to the box.
Dude,
he's going to be matched up with him.
That's not that. Okay, I don't really get where you're going with this because he's covering tight ends. He's in the box. That's totally.
I'm not saying he's in the box, but you said you want Gibson to hold tight ends. That's it. That's all you want him to do.
I want him to be the 3rd safety for depth and cover tight ends. Yes.
3rd safety for depth. Cover tight ends. That's all he's good at.
That's what he's best at.
So what you trying to do is get people where they're best at. But guess what? Let's say we drop Delpit. Okay.
He's gonna be best.
Hold on. Bad single threat. I guarantee you, he ain't gonna do nothing if ain't nobody getting no pressure.
I mean, I can agree with that. I'm not going to say
exactly.
otherwise.
So why would you
I want us to go defense in the draft, but if Delpit's there, you don't pass on him.
Why wouldn't you pass on him if he ain't finna help your pass rush? Secondary ain't your problem. He's not gonna help your pass rush. Secondary is not your problem.
Secondary got burned the whole game. 51 points, Kev.
Against the Chiefs, right? What type of pressure did we get?
We didn't. That's a problem too.
Exactly.
That's
why they got killed.
So what does the running back do to
killed.
help the pass rush?
What happened in the
What does
regular?
the running back do to
What
help the
happened in
pass
the regular
rush?
season? Hold on. Oh, I'm finna get there with the running back. Why they so important? But let's talk about this. Kansas City in the regular season. How do we beat KC? Oh, we ran the ball. We told the rock. We kept Mahomes off the field. Oh, and guess what? The DBs locked up because why? We got pass rush. They was rushing Mahomes. He couldn't do nothing. He couldn't get nowhere because pass rush. And you know what? Oh, bro, we had third string cornerbacks. Roby went out. We had what his name?
Philip Gaines.
Philip Gaines. We had Lundy.
This is all
and
well
we had
and good.
Crossing.
This is all well and good. It was a regular season game. It didn't matter in the playoffs.
You said you knocking from the point. You're knocking from the point. It's a fact. It's what happened.
What happened in
like
the Ravens
I said, look,
game? What happened in the Broncos game? I think
I'll get there. You got three that's not even legit, bro. There's not no lockdown corners. But what happened? Mahomes scored 24 points. All right. And then you want to talk about what happened in the Ravens game. I can talk about the Ravens game. You know what happened in the Ravens game? Offense couldn't get no production. And then defense was stopping. It was going back and forth. Then we didn't get a call our way. We challenged, didn't get a call our way, which obviously was a pass interference. And then what happened? Ravens turned it up. Defense, they went dead. The energy was dead. It killed the whole team. We just talking about defense, though. Oh, let's talk about the Chiefs. Can we talk about the Chiefs? In the playoffs, we was up 24-0, right? Oh, but players were dropping passes. This and that. Players were dropping passes. Offense, what happened? Stop being productive. So I kept throwing the ball. Whatever they was doing, they weren't being productive.
You're absolutely right.
And then what happened? Mahomes picked
you
it
still
up.
have to get a stop, bro. It doesn't matter. You can't blame the offense. You still have to get a
But
stop.
if you keep getting stops and your offense not doing anything, what does it do you? Any good? What does it do you?
It does that. You're right. The offense still has to score, but you still have to get a stop. They scored 41 straight points, Kenneth.
Why did they? Because offense stopped scoring. They didn't run the ball. They stopped running the ball. They weren't killing the time. How did they beat them in the regular season? They ran the ball. They killed the time. What happened in the playoffs? They couldn't run the ball.
So let's move on because we could go at this for the next couple hours. To me, it seems like Kenneth is worried about right now. And Cody is worried about not only now, but the future as well. Because like he said, running backs, the ones that were drafted a couple years ago are not even on the same team. So, Cody, let me get your first thoughts on this. Right now, who would be more valuable to this team? Johnathan Taylor or Grant Delpit?
Grant Delpit. Like I said earlier, you're going to use David Johnson. You're not going to trade what we traded him, and you're not going to pay him what you pay him. I don't care what that kid Johnathan says. He's not as smart as he thinks he is. You're going to use him. You don't make that damn trade if you're not going to use him. Duke Johnson was also you traded a third-round pick for. He's also one of the best receiving backs in the league. He was underused last year. You got to use him. And like you said, Johnathan Taylor has wear and tear, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make sense to try to save him if you have those two guys? Use him. What's the word I'm looking for?
Sparingly.
Sparingly. Yes, exactly. Like, freaking Alfred Blue was playing over Deontay Foreman. Was Deontay Foreman not better than Alfred Blue?
He was.
Deontay Foreman could have been playing over Lamar Miller.
Maybe, yeah.
He's not even on the team no more.
Yeah, he had injuries.
But running backs
he had
easy to find,
injuries.
though.
But they don't have long lifespans, and they are easy to find. Hey, how about Philip Lindsay? Was an undrafted rookie. Pro Bowler his rookie year. Hey, both Super Bowl teams had undrafted guys as their running backs, being the most productive running back.
That's
okay,
true.
Let's look at the Seahawks, 7th-round pick, and they had he was a 5th leading rusher last year. Okay, let's go back to your guys, these top guys, right? The top 10 rushers.
Let me name them off for you, Cody. Let me name them off. So these who were the top 10 rushers in the NFL this year, and I'm going to start from number 10 because me and Cody talked about this last night. Number 10, Leonard Fournette.
Fournette, great top pick. What did it do for his team? They weren't in the playoffs. You don't need an elite. Before we go on, you don't need an elite running back to win. That's the whole point I'm making. You don't need an elite running back to win, and they're a dime a dozen, dude. Arian Foster was an undrafted guy.
Can I say something?
Can
I say something real quick?
Real quick. You can find them all over the draft. You can
We
find
haven't
them
found one
undrafted. That's on coaching and
Yeah,
scouting.
that's it.
P-Game. We all familiar with the Patriots, right? Who did they draft the other year when they won? Michael. What's his first name?
Sony Michel.
Sony Michel. That's what I'm going to say. Sony Michel. Second round, right?
No, first. But where was James White? Where was James
first.
White drafted? He was the main running back that year.
Okay, that's cool. But you said you don't need elite running backs, right? They draft them, though.
You don't need elite running backs to win.
What they do? They won the Super Bowl, right?
They use James White more, bro. What do you mean?
Are you saying Sony Michel was talking to Rob?
You're saying Sony Michel was.
Did Sony not get 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl? Am I tripping?
So, they're talking about the Rams game? That's the one they won.
Yes.
He
didn't get 2 touchdowns, but I think he got
2 touchdowns.
But he definitely was talking to Rob.
Yeah, so
in the playoffs.
White.
And that's how they got.
Sony Michel is the reason they won. You're not saying that.
No, I'm not saying that. But they drafted a running back. But you said you don't need an elite running back. He helped. He contributes. They had 3 running backs.
Is he elite?
He was balling.
Is he elite?
He was balling. He's a first-round draft pick. He's a first-round draft pick.
Is he elite? Is he elite? No, you have to answer that. Is he elite?
We never know. I'm not gonna say he's elite right now, but he definitely was productive.
That's fair.
But he's a first-round pick.
Okay, dude.
He won the Super Bowl that year.
All right, let's move on with the list. Number 9, Saquon Barkley, one of the top picks. Marlon Mack, number 8, was drafted in the later rounds. Dalvin Cook was a second-round pick. Chris Carson, I don't know where he was drafted for Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott, 7th round. Ezekiel Elliott, top pick in the draft. Christian McCaffrey, top pick in the draft. Josh Jacobs, top pick in the draft. Nick Chubb, second-round pick. Derrick Henry, second-round pick. It looks like all the majority of these guys were picked from the first 2 second round.
You're right. Where were those 8 of those teams didn't even make the playoffs?
That's true.
Can I say something?
Yes, Kenneth.
You named Chris Carson, right? So we all know he had a season injury, right? Also the duo with Penny, he was balling. They both got hurt. We all know Seahawks was going crazy. Yeah, they lost against the Ravens. I think they lost against the Saints. Either way it go, they was 11-3. They had a good season, great season. But once them dudes got hurt, what happened to their offense? Went downhill. They barely beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Then they got killed by the Packers.
So where are you going with this?
I'm trying to say is they had depth. And once they lost, and then you said you're not supposed to worry about our running backs getting hurt. Let's say David Johnson do get hurt.
That's not what I said. I said you don't draft. You don't conduct a draft based on if someone gets hurt.
But at the end of the day, what's wrong with having depth if you know David Johnson has an injury
in the 4th and 5th round, dude?
But what happened if David Johnson gets hurt? You expect one of them 4th or 3rd round running backs. You are guaranteed that they're going to fill in the gap for David Johnson to help out Duke Johnson.
If they need to, yes.
So
if David
what happened?
Johnson and Zach Moss, if you draft Zach Moss in the 4th and David Johnson gets hurt, he's not just going to fill in.
You think he's going to be elite?
No, that's not what I said.
So what happened is if he don't be elite, our running game not going to be. Our running game not going to be legit. And what that means? We're not going to be successful.
What?
You're not going to be successful without a running game.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay.
Carlos Hyde wasn't elite. We were successful in the running game there.
He got 1,000 yards rushing.
Is that elite?
What you mean is that elite?
Is Carlos Hyde elite?
Good. He's good in the system. He was healthy for one.
Okay. I don't get where you're going with this point, dude.
And then
Carlos Hyde was
name the running backs. You know how many running backs we drafted in the 3rd round the past few years? Where are they at? Are they still on the team?
That just shows that their lifespans are short. Why are you going to waste another?
No, that just shows that you're not going to get elite. Always get elite rushing attack from a 3rd and 4th round pick.
You name a couple of people.
You name a couple of people. You named a couple of people, and you said, "Oh, he was drafted." It's a few people that was drafted in the 7th that was productive. That was drafted in the 4th, and then undrafted free agent Lindsey. That's one in a lifetime that happened. He made history. That is not always going to happen.
You're right. To find production at the running back position is not hard. We literally traded a third-round bust offensive guard for Carlos Hyde, and he got 1,000 yards. Lamar Miller, we signed him, got 1,000 yards, I think his second season. It's the easiest position to fill in the NFL. Literally, both Super Bowl teams didn't pay these elite running backs, used them how the best they could, and they were in the Super Bowl, dude. You know, one had a great quarterback, the other team had a great defense. You don't need these elite top round running backs to win Super Bowls.
So,
you know,
so
and I want to say this. I want to say this.
Like
Johnathan Taylor could be a generational talent. You're right. He could be. I don't hate Johnathan Taylor. It's a misallocation of resources to draft him at 40. When you just traded for 2 running backs.
Okay, for one, we traded for 2 running backs. I hear that. We already know, like I said, David Johnson, injury problem. We don't know what's going to happen. And then another thing, like I said, I'm not even going to go back because I already said that about we drafting 4th and 7 rounders, and we don't even know if they're going to be legit, if they're going to be legit and productive. But getting the talent, and we already know, BLB already said, it's going to be hard for a rookie to get playing time. So why not help out your backfield? Because you know, like, and I know some people may not think that. I know our secondary is good enough. They are decent, probably better secondary we ever had in a minute. If we've been totally honest, it's the best secondary we ever had in a minute. Our secondary has been really worse than this.
Can I touch on that? The corners, I definitely agree. You can't go corner at 40. You've invested too much in that position. Corners, fine. I want to go defense other than corner. I don't care if it's linebacker. I don't care if it's D-line. I don't care if it's edge. I don't care if it's safety. It's just if Delpit's there, he will help the secondary more. He will help the secondary more than it's already. Well, you're saying it's good, right? He will help the secondary more, I promise.
How would he help the secondary more if he's barely going to touch the field?
How do you know he's barely going to touch the field?
Because billobrien already said it's going to be hard for rookies.
I mean, yeah, he can say that, but if he's outperforming guys, he's going to play.
But you're taking a risk on something that's not important. That's not important. What's important is a defensive end pass rusher. That's why I said I would take Terrell Lewis.
The thing is with the defensive end thing, the outside linebacker, the edge rusher, they just paid Merciless. They just traded for cat from Seattle, Jacob Martin. They still have Duke Ejiofor. I understand. I agree we need edge. I agree we need pass rush. Interior D-line is deep in this draft. I'll say that. Your boy from Missouri, he could go in the 3rd. I would love that pick, right? The edge draft is weak. It's personally weak to me. I don't know if they're going to touch on edge this year because they just paid Merciless and they have those guys. Does that make sense?
So you telling me if Terrell Lewis is at 40, you don't think they're going to take him?
It depends on who else is there.
So
yeah, but this isn't the argument. Like, of course, we all want defense. We've said that before. The only thing is, this is the question: is who's going to be better for your team 2019?
Okay.
Johnathan Taylor or Grant Delpit? That's the only.
He already said. Okay, he already explained his reason. We all know what I know. Johnathan Taylor. Reason being because we already touched on the fact that Romeo not the head weaver is. But we all know that the coach, Bill O'Brien, he don't really like rookies on their defense. And as you see, you go back to the playoff game, what happened? Charles didn't get PT like that. And Martin wasn't a rookie, but he was new to the offense. And new to the defense. And he barely got any playing time. They was on the bench. So to help us right now, the help that's going to be more important is to have depth at running back position. You're saying it's not easy. Not hard to find running backs, but why not? I'd rather have a Johnathan Taylor more than a Delpit because I know Johnathan Taylor is going to help out tremendously. He's going to come in and be a good running back. I'm not saying he's going to go stupid, but he's definitely going to help out David Johnson and Duke Johnson. So that's why I feel like Johnathan Taylor is more important for the Texans to draft than Delpit.
Now, before I end this video, guys, at the end of the day, we still love each other. You know, we're all friends. Here's my opinion, and and I listen to Cody's, I listen to Kenneth. Here's my own personal opinion. If a running back is there at 40, I don't see how you don't take him. And I know, like, here's why I say this. I'm just factoring in that the two teams in the Super Bowl last year were one of the best offenses in the NFL. Billobrien himself has not called a top 10 offense as a Houston Texans head coach. This defense will be okay. This defense will be led by Anthony Weaver. This defense will be fine. The thing is, to honestly me, and this is the point that Cody says, is that you can't think about injuries. Thing about David Johnson is the dude cannot stay injured, cannot stay healthy. But I mean, I see both sides, man. I mean, a safety with a Deshaun Gibson. I mean, so here's the thing, though, Cody. So, like, let me ask you this: with Delpit, right? Do you see him starting over Deshaun Gibson
by the end of the season? Yes. Not day one, no. By the end of the season, yes. I'm telling you, dude. There are three. Tell me the three legit single high safeties that you can think of off the top of your head.
I don't know.
It's Derwin James, it's Earl Thomas, and it's Minkah Fitzpatrick. Now we can go to free safeties, and you got guys like Anthony Harris, guys like Cap for the Colts, Malik Hooker.
Right?
Guys that can play single high free safety with those traits, like I stated earlier, do not come around very often. Like I said with the running backs, they're coming in every year. There will be a running back next year. There will be a running back the year after that. We don't know if there'll be safeties that have the skill set of a Grant Delpit. Yes, I know he needs to work on his tackling, but with the skills of a Grant Delpit coming in next year or the year after.
I have a question. For one,
Okay.
we all know how the Texans are with rookies. Let's say we do draft Delpit, and he's having a tackling problem. Do you think he's gonna still see the field, or you think they're gonna put him in the doghouse?
Dude, here's the thing. He's the free safety. Tell me how many tackles a free safety gets in that you think a game?
2 to 4.
2 to 4. Free safety is the last line of defense. Yes, it's gonna suck if he, whiffs on a tackle and they take it to the house, right? But what happened to the other 10 guys in front of him? They all missed a tackle too. They all didn't hit their assignments right. So, yes, and I'll say this. Delpit also, can y'all see me? Okay. Yeah. He also improved his tackling from 2 years ago to this year, and he played on a high ankle sprain the whole year. He literally improved it on an injury. The tackling will take care of itself. Justin Reed also had a tackling problem coming out of college. That stuff will work itself out. I'll take a guy with elite ball skills that needs to work on his tackling all day over a running back.
And another thing is, why drop something at 40 if we don't really need help in that position?
You think we don't need help? I think we do.
Why do we? And I already said the facts. I ain't gonna go back to it, but I don't see why we need help at the safety position. If Justin Reed had a great year last year, Gibson had a good year last year. They was locking up. Yes, some games was bad because the whole team was bad. Our team is built off energy. If it's just not there, they gonna die. Like, it's just, all right, we finna get 40 hung up on this offense, ain't gonna do jack.